I smell profit. Nice, juicy, fat, warm profits.
Greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, here to talk about neutral characters or the lack thereof in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Now, we all know that Hondo Ohnaka was introduced, I guess, about a year and a half ago. I'm not sure. Is he double? I don't think he's double farmable. Yeah, he is. So, I don't know, year and a half ago, year plus, because he was there for Dr. Aphra. Anyway, the first neutral character in the game, we've had zero other neutral activity in the game, although some kind of whispers off to the side, maybe a neutral galactic legend, some whispers off to the side, changing some factions. So we're going to look at today the game and all the characters that I think should be neutral in the game, and maybe some that you might be able to consider neutrality. You guys aren't going to like him, I don't know. We're going to have a little bit of fun looking at neutral characters. So if you look through the list here, I scrolled through I scrolled through the list. It's hard, man. I mean, you've got Sith and Empire. You don't really want to limit neutral to just like Empire, Sith, Jedi, Rebels, and everybody in Resistance and First Order, and everybody else is neutral. So I really thought, you know, I don't know. I tried to put some thought in this. Let me know what you think, because there's some characters I think that really could or should be neutral in addition to Hondo Ohnaka. I think the first few are really clear, like the Jawas. The Jawas should just be neutral. They're not good guys. They're not bad guys. There may not even be all guys. I can't tell. I don't know what the Jawas... I'm sure they're not all guys because they're making new Jawas every day. Perhaps they're just little... They're just piles of goo and they bud off. Maybe they bud new Jawas. I don't know how Jawas reproduce, but they probably reproduce in a neutral way. You know, just like, hey, I got a little growth arm, out Jawa, new Jawa. We put the Jawa in the cave at home until it's ready to scavenge. We put a little tiny brown robe on it until it grows up, and then we feed it the egg or the eggs we can find. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how the Jawas reproduce. I don't know what they do, but they should. There's just no way. They should not be a light side team. I get it. They're cute. They're not fluffy. They're icky. They're gooey. They're creepy. They're fun. They should be neutral. Our next set, I don't think I'm gonna get any argument on these first two. I think there's zero argument. The Tuskens should be neutral. The Tuskens, I think actually the first three. The Tuskens, there'll be no argument is what I'm saying. These guys, we just established in Boba Fett's, in Book of Boba Fett. These guys are not bad. They're not good. They're just there. They're defending their tribe. They've decided to stick with the old ways. They wear 200 pounds of stuff over their bodies in the searing heat of Tatooine in the middle of the desert, and somehow they live through that. I imagine these actors, they probably went through a lot of water on a daily. They're out in the desert. They're covered in these giant cloth wrap masks and extra, and then hoods and furs, and they're out in the middle of the desert. I would think they had to bring like a truck full of water out to the desert to keep these actors hydrated. But the Tuskens, they're not bad. They're not good. They're just indifferent. They're not interested in evil things. They're not interested in good things. I mean, they probably are, but they're just hanging out, shooting at pod racers, which is a little bad, but it's more like mischievous. Yeah, it resulted in deaths, but it's still like mischievous death. The Tuskens should be neutral in the game. They shouldn't be dark side. They should just be neutral. Let's go to our next one, Wampa. She should not be dark side. There's just no way. She's not bad. She's just living her life. There is some food over there. There's this dude on a tauntaun. I can eat that, then I can hibernate for, probably several weeks. I can live. I don't get a lot of food out here as a Wampa out in the middle of the snowy field. Oh, I just knocked her off. Sorry, Wampa. I don't get a lot of food out here in the snowy fields of Hutt as a Wampa, so when I see a food source, I gotta get it. I gotta grab it. I gotta eat it. This Wampa, she is not evil. She's just neutral. The Wampa should be neutral in the game. Please make the change. I think we can all agree on Jawas, Tuskens, and Wampa. These should all be neutral along with Hondo Ohnaka. Give us some kind of neutral faction. Let us have a little bit of fun with that. Now let's move to some that are a little more controversial or questionable. And we're going to start with Kuill and Ugnaughts. I don't know about this. I know that Kuill sacrificed his life for the child, and he made, virtuous decisions along the way. But he was just kind of a hermit living out in the desert and said, I'm done with all this stuff. And he's an Ugnaught. So, and the Ugnaught should definitely be neutral. These guys, I mean, they were taking 3PO into pieces, throwing him. They were gonna melt down 3PO to make him into something else. And we can see Kuill has those same, they're kind of like sophisticated Jawas, like Jawas with developed vocal cords and snouts. That's kind of what an Ugnaught is. I know that Kuill really plays off as a good guy and does good guy things, but generally speaking, I think he's more neutral than good. I think he does see, the difference between, evil and good in the universe, and he did make a choice. I don't know. I'm thinking Ugnaughts in general should be neutral, and that's where they should fall in the spectrum. Just kind of opinion. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that for sure. Hey, Fennec Shan and Boba Fett, Sina Jango. These guys they're not evil, and they clearly aren't evil. They're just walking around town having conversations with people for like 5 out of 8 episodes, and the other 3 episodes are Mando. They're not bad guys. They are not bad guys. Now I know that Boba Fett blows up a bunch of. Let's talk about this. In Mando, when Boba Fett actually did stuff before they actually made his show, and he did nothing. He blew up a transport full of stormtroopers, 2 of them. They will just fight anybody who's in their way. They're not evil. They're neutral. He's just a man trying to make his way in the galaxy. Is there something, or universe, whatever? Is there anything wrong with that? And Fennec Shan is there beside him. She was. I mean, I know she held a gun to Mando, but I think these guys are neutral. They're benevolent. I don't know if they're benevolent. They're new. I think Fennec Shan and Boba Fett, Sina Jango would fit really well as neutral characters in this game, not dark side, and that's where they should really fall. Outside of the Mandalorian season 2 season 2? I think it was season 2. Yeah, season 2 that they were in. They actually did good guy stuff in there, also some bad guy stuff. These are neutral characters. I'm convinced of that. You can give me comments, but I believe they should be neutral. Hey, how about Qi'ra? I think you can make an argument that Qi'ra should just be evil, that she should just be dark side. But she starts off light side, she goes to dark side, she makes a dark side decision at the end of Solo. I really don't think she's a light side character. I think she's a neutral character. I think she's just kind of teetering, unless they come out with sequels or a TV series about Red Dawn or something. And I don't think they're gonna get I forgot her name. I almost had it. I know you guys are yelling at me. I know you Game of Thrones fans are yelling at me. Anyway, I just think she falls more neutral. She's really struggling. She's making decisions. Even young Han. I didn't put him on here, but even like young Han, young Lando, I'm not so sure those guys shouldn't be neutral either. Yeah, at the end of the movie they're making decisions that way, but the whole Solo crew kind of falls into the neutral category. But Qi'ra is the most neutral of them all. So Qi'ra, I think, should probably be neutral. That's kind of what I think there. Let's get into a little bit of controversy here. I would imagine. I don't know. I kind of think Nightsisters are maybe neutral. Now, stay with me. I know that they, and by the way, this is never going to happen. Now that they're partnered with Thrawn, whatever, they're not going to be neutral. It's not going to happen in game. But I kind of don't see them as an actively malevolent force out there looking. I mean, even look at Asajj. Asajj came over and did some stuff with Obi-Wan, where she's kind of in between, she's evil, but she's just kind of looking to take advantage of her force powers. And later she kind of makes some decisions for the good side. The Nightsisters are kind of just stay in their, they used to stay in their own lane, really making decisions that just benefited their society. Yeah, they're willing to do a little more things. They're dealing with magic, and some of them are force sensitive. I kind of feel like the Nightsisters really could fall into the realms of being neutral characters in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I think you can make a case for them being neutral, and again, now that they're partnered with Thrawn, they're probably going to come out with some Nightsister characters in the future. I guess we're not going to be able to call them that, so they're going to probably stay evil, but I just really think they fall. I think that there's a good chance you could have in the past put the Nightsisters neutral and everybody would have been okay with that. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. I got one more. I think you're all going to poo-poo this for sure. Hey, how about the Hutt cartel? I mean, it's not like they're out there. How can I say this? I mean, the Gamorrean Guard is just doing his job, or her job. Mob Enforcer, that's not even a real thing. I mean, we talk about made-up characters in this game. We never mention Mob Enforcer, and, I mean, is she really good or bad? I don't know. She's not a person. She's just, she's a yep. What are we talking about? She's an NPC. She's an NPC. I don't know. I mean, why is Mob Enforcer evil? I don't know. Why is Gamorrean Guard evil? I don't know. Why is they on the dark side? Chrysanthemum, you know, I'm not sure that Chrysanthemum is really bad. Chrysanthemum is just kind of there. He's kind of represents a neutral character for sure. Greedo, I know he goes after Han Solo for the money, but did he really do anything wrong? Or was he just trying to support his family at home and then Han Solo blew? Maybe Han Solo should be evil, you know, from a certain point of view. So all I'm saying, I don't think Jawas should be neutral, by the way. But, I mean, there's some folks in this Hutt cartel that don't really fall into that dark side evil category. Kind of think these guys maybe should be neutral as well. We could add a bunch of neutral characters. That's my thoughts. I really couldn't find anybody else. Maybe I missed. Let me know, guys. Am I missing somebody in Galaxy Heroes that you think should be neutral? Is there a character or characters or team or faction out there that I'm just overlooking? It's entirely possible, but I'd love to hear about it from you. Let me know what you think. I will talk to you soon. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.